welcome to the Holistically Humble Podcast. I'm your host, Katie, a registered holistic nutritionist, a yoga teacher, and a wellness enthusiast passionate about helping you thrive. This podcast is your space to explore holistic health, nervous system regulation, mindful living, and all of the tools that empower you to create balance in your body, mind, and soul. Whether you're here to deepen your wellness journey, find inspiration, or discover practical tips to live a healthier, more intentional life, you are in the right place, my friend. My mission is to simplify wellness and spark meaningful conversations and help you reconnect with your authentic self. Let's dive in and create a life that feels as good as it looks. Welcome to the Holistically Humble community. Welcome back, or welcome to the podcast. My name is Katie. As I said in the introduction, I am so grateful you are here and listening. And if you didn't listen to last week's podcast episode, I highly suggest you do, because it is about self-love and the power of self-love. And so go back and listen to it, love upon yourself, pause this episode, go listen to it, and then come right on back to this episode, because today is going to be a good one as well. Or listen to it after you listen to this podcast episode. We are going to dive in this week to my take on supplements. So I am a registered holistic nutritionist, a wellness coach, a yoga teacher, and I love the quote unquote holistic side of things, the alternative wellness field. I definitely know and understand and have used the Western medical system. It is there for a purpose, and it's great if you need it, and especially if you need emergency surgery or fix to a broken bone or something like that. There's way more. I'm just, saying a few things here, so stay with me. The alternative side, or the holistic side, is something that I am super passionate about. And if you can't already tell by following along this podcast episode, or this podcast in general, as well as my social media channels, which I will link down below in the show notes, just make sure that you're following me on there. You might be able to tell that I just love talking and sharing and inspiring and motivating and all of those things about health and wellness. So today we will dive into the topic of supplements. However, if you have been following me on social media, I shared a huge announcement, something that's been happening behind the scenes over the last quite some time. I'm not going to lie. So the first one is my partner and I are pregnant, and it's amazing. It's welcomed, and I'm more than halfway through now. So I took a while to share to social media. I just wasn't feeling the call, really. And I really advocate for you listening to yourself and your gut and following that. And so I was doing that for me. I didn't put any pressure on myself for announcing to the social media world. And on Sunday, it was Sunday. I'm recording this on Tuesday. Actually, I'm putting it out on Wednesday. But on Sunday, I just in the middle of the afternoon had an urge to just share it to the world. And so it was so well received. But not only did I share that we're pregnant, but also that we are building a house. And these are two things that I have manifested for years. And I'm so freaking grateful and excited about this journey. I said in the social media post, manifested a little too hard, and then I showed that we're pregnant and that we're building a house. And it just shows you that, honestly, getting clear on your vision of what you want for your life, and then showing up consistently and doing those things and saying yes to the opportunities and yes to the things that you know are going to bring you closer to those dreams, those goals, those desires, those manifestations, right? And so I said this in stories after I posted the announcement to my social media pages, but I know with announcements like this can be emotional for people, whether it is on the amazing excited side or the this is too much side, because we are all on our own journeys. And I do want to acknowledge that as well here, and that if you're on your journey and it's not going where you want right now, to just keep trying, okay? Don't give up. Go after the goals, the dreams, the visions, the desires, okay? I'm not saying that this is going to happen tomorrow, tonight, next week. It took years for us to manifest this property and house. And I would go to the beach and meditate every single day, like every day that it was like nice, not even nice out. I would go and sit there, even if it was lightly raining, and sit my blanket out on a log and like meditate at the body of water, because I really wanted a piece of property that was by a body of water, and now we have an ocean view. And so I'm so excited. Thank you for being here. Let's dive into today's episode. So today I want to have an open and honest conversation about supplements and what I personally think about them, how they fit into a holistic wellness approach, and whether they're truly necessary for optimal health. So this is a topic that I get asked about a lot, and I'm excited to dive in with you today. Let's just start out with, I want to say that I don't believe that supplements are a magic pill. They are just that, supplemental to a healthy lifestyle. So not a replacement for real nourishing food, movement, sleep, or stress management, etc. So often people look to supplements to solve a problem, especially when their foundational habits aren't set in place yet, like the starting point habits, right? If your diet is lacking in whole nutrient dense food, or if your nervous system is constantly in fight or flight, that sympathetic nervous system state that I've talked about in many episodes before, no amount of vitamins or adaptogens or things as that will make up for that. Okay. I said this, I can't remember where I said this. I probably said it on a podcast episode, but I also definitely have shared it on my social media. If I could go back in time when I was, unwell, very unwell in my early teens, I would focus on nervous system regulation and then go into healthy eating. I mean, my journey was completely different. I just got diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis in 54 of my joints. And then I went on to just take the Western medical route. I didn't change anything about my stress management. No one even offered that to me. Maybe they did. No, I don't think anyone offered that to me. But it was just a no at that time anyways. And then to eat nourishing food and change the way I was treating my body. Honestly, the things I was putting on it, in it, all of that, I would have went back and changed that. But anyways, I went on a tangent there. With that being said, supplements can be incredibly helpful in supporting specific needs, but they should always be chosen with intention. So when do I think supplements are actually beneficial? Let's get into a few cases where they can actually play an important role. And the first one would be nutrient deficiencies. If you have had your blood work done, for example, and you know that you're deficient in something, for example, vitamin D, iron, B12, using supplements and supplementation can actually be a great way to restore that balance. The second one is gut health and digestion. We, in some capacity, all of us suffer with gut health and digestion issues. But if your gut isn't absorbing nutrients properly due to possibly past antibiotic use, maybe lots of stress, or a history of poor digestion in general, maybe a family history of poor digestion, certain probiotics, digestive enzymes, a supplement that I love, is L-glutamine. So those may actually be extremely helpful for you. The next one would be a high stress lifestyle. Chronic stress depletes key nutrients in our body. Nutrients like magnesium and B vitamins, so important. So replenishing those through supplementation can absolutely be useful. And the last one I want to touch on here is periods of increased need. So things such as pregnancy, postpartum, intense physical training are times where the body requires more support, okay? And well-chosen supplements can make a huge difference. The key here is that it is personalized. So personalization, it's just because something works for someone else or that someone recommends it on the internet doesn't mean it's right for you specifically. I really want to highlight that, okay? Doesn't mean that that because they're promoting the supplement or they're sharing about it or they're talking about it means that that specific supplement is right for you. One of my biggest concerns with supplements is the quality. Oh my gosh. Please don't go to your grocery store and go to the pharmacy section and buy like Jameson brand. I can't even think of the other ones. I should probably look them up. Just no. If they're cheap in price and you're buying them from your pharmacy at your grocery store, it's a no. Okay, let's just start with that. The supplement industry is not well regulated, unfortunately, and there are a lot of brands out there that are selling low quality, synthetic, or even contaminated products. This is why I always recommend doing your research and choosing brands that are third-party tested. That means that another company has tested the company's supplements that you want to take, meaning there's no bias from them, right? Like they are just testing that actual product, that supplement. And so they will give their honest opinion. And so if that supplement that you are wanting to take is third party tested, take that as a great insight resource, and that they would be free from fillers, artificial colors, and unnecessary additives. But some of the things that I would look for when you're purchasing supplements: third-party testing, like I said. So look for those specific certifications on the bottle. If you're going to, for example, a health food store, those people will be educated on the supplements that you're purchasing there, and they can answer that for you or help you find that information. Look for minimal ingredient lists. So again, those no artificial fillers or preservatives. So you'll see like medical ingredients and then you'll see non-medical ingredients. So looking like if you can't pronounce the things that are in there, your body's like, what the fuck is this? So just don't take those, okay? And last one would be specifically bioavailable forms. So for example, there is B vitamins, but methylated B vitamins are better absorbed. Let's talk about this. More isn't always better either. Just because a label lists high doses of certain nutrients doesn't mean your body will use them effectively. I say this to my nutrition clients as well, but let's say I've recommended B vitamins. B vitamins. Those are water soluble vitamins. And if you go and you get like the highest dose of B vitamins out there and you think, yes, hurrah, I'm doing amazing for my body, your body is wise. It's a wise system that's going on. It's a wise being, I should say. And it's going to grab from what it needs, from what you put in your body. It's going to grab from what it needs and utilize. Is that okay? You're just going to pee out the rest. And so what I call this is expensive urine, because you have maybe went out and splurged and bought the best quality, highest dose B vitamin supplement that you could find out there. And your body actually only needs a certain percentage of that. And so therefore you're just peeing it out. And there you go. Expensive urine down the toilet. You feel me? So let's just be clear with that. Okay. So what do I personally take? My supplement routine changes based on the season and how I feel, but I generally stick to a few key basics, and I often recommend these supplements to my clients as well. And I just want to say, I am not a doctor. Go talk to your primary healthcare practitioner before taking anything new. Don't just listen to me. I'm just sharing here what I believe and what has worked for me, okay? Disclaimer, but I generally stick to these, okay? So magnesium glycinate or magnesium bisglycinate helps with relaxation, sleep, and muscle recovery. And oftentimes, majority of us are low in magnesium, especially those who are stressed out. So the magnesium glycinate is like an overall magnesium, I like to call it. And that's something that I supplement with every single day. I will also say that my supplement routine looks a little bit different right now since I am carrying a human inside my body. I take vitamin D and K2. It's really essential for bone health and immunity, and especially in the winter where I live. I live on Vancouver Island in British Columbia, Canada. And it's dark a lot of the times in the fall and the winter. We don't often see the sun. And if we do see the sun, it's like really far away. It's not warm, okay? So I definitely supplement with that. Probiotics. So I rotate through different strains depending on my gut health needs. And when you're purchasing a probiotic supplement, you want to look at how many strains there are. So they could say like on the front bottle, like 10 billion CFU. So CFU is colony forming units. And that just means how many probiotics, the good guys, are in that supplement that you're taking, which is great. High up, again, like 10 billion is a good like maintenance. 20 billion to 50 billion would be like recommended if you were taking antibiotics or something like that. But again, more of those, the CFUs, doesn't necessarily mean better. And you want to look at the strains. How many different strains are in there? Because there's so many strains of the good guys, the probiotics. So you want to make sure that you are replenishing your gut and your body with a bountiful of different strains. Okay. Adaptogens. I don't currently take them because I am pregnant and I haven't talked to my naturopath about them, but things like ashwagandha or rhodiola are amazing at supporting your stress and energy levels when needed. And I love taking them. I just haven't taken them while I'm pregnant. So adaptogens can be amazing. And then, of course, I'm taking a prenatal vitamin supplement. I'm currently taking CanPrev. I love them. I love the brand. I'll link them down below in the show notes as well. It's not sponsored or I'm not affiliated with them whatsoever. I'm just telling you what I like. So I try to focus on food first and use supplements as a way to fill gaps, not as the foundation of my health. At the end of the day, my approach to supplements is this. They can be powerful tools, but they aren't everything. Before reaching for a supplement, I would love if you asked yourself these 3 questions. Am I nourishing my body with whole foods? Am I managing my stress and getting enough good quality sleep? Do I actually need this supplement or am I just being influenced by marketing? If you do decide to take supplements, make sure that they are high quality and aligned with your personal health needs, right? We're going back to the beginning of this podcast episode where I said supplementation is personalized, okay? And as always, it's best to work with a professional to determine what's right for you. Thank you for tuning in today. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you take supplements? What's been your experience? Connect with me on Instagram at Holistically Humble or TikTok at Holistically Humble. Comment down below in this YouTube episode or comment on Spotify. I'm not sure you can comment on Apple, so that's why I'm leaving that out for now. But let's continue this conversation. And if you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to subscribe and leave a review or share it. Make sure to tag me so I can see. I love seeing that. It helps me so much. Until next time, take care and be well. Peace, love, and avocados.